Dancing, fencing, and garb. Follow reporter Kristen Firmage on a quest through history as she hangs out with BYU's Quill and Sword Club.
Let me take you back to a simpler time, a time where there was no cell phones, no internet, and no Facebook. Let's go back to the Middle Ages. For BYU students, that's as simple as stopping by the Crabtree building on Wednesday nights.
The medieval period, because that's the best area for magic and fantasy and stories. The idea that people lived where they wore the really cool clothes and had the castles and the knights, but really lived that way and had the ideas of chivalry, and yet were people, real people who lived and died and walked around in the mud and were still able to have good lives, even though it was the Dark Ages, is just really fascinating.
The Quill and the Sword Club specializes in bringing to life all aspects of medieval culture.
This club is all about our interests in the medieval times, like anything that we're interested in that has to do with the Middle Ages, weaponry, dancing, cooking. We can go out on our own and bring it all back together.
And of course, no knight is complete without his shining armor. One of the most hands-on part of club is medieval garb. All the members take time to make their own.
Garb is where we have a lot of our fun. It helps us to create a persona, someone that we can play off of if we want to act in persona, and also feel like we're more in culture. This particular piece was based off of scholar's robe.
Each moment spent in this land of simpler pleasures is whatever they want it to be, so they can focus on their favorite parts of the culture.
I really enjoy the dancing. I also enjoy the fencing we do. We do some light fencing when we have extra time.
Last fall, I gave a lecture on falconry, which was a very popular sport during the Middle Ages, because back then people didn't have guns, and so instead you have a falcon, which is probably just as fast.
One of the things they do here at Club is they learn lots of different medieval dances, so right now I'm going to join in and try to learn.
The dances were one of the big events. There wasn't a lot to do in the medieval ages. So dances are part of a really fun way, along with songs that made living worthwhile. Along with dances were a large part of how you found someone to get married to.
The Festival of Corpus Christi is coming soon. The club celebrates it openly and all of campus is invited.
Corpus Christi is our Easter festival. It always happens in April or March. Corpus Christi is the body of Christ. It's the Easter part of it. We usually will do a play and have sword fighting. Our play will be of a religious nature. We take a Catholic play and tweak it so it's not so incorrect doctrinally. And this year we're doing the Creation.
For these members, each duel and dance is a nice break from life that also satisfies their quest for knowledge and history. Kristen Firmage, BYU Weekly.